Hey y'all. Wow. Well, it has been such a long morning, but yeah, this is my review of Bravo Fan Fest over the weekend in Miami. Now, before we get into it, I just want to, make sure I give my highest of thanks and appreciation to those of y'all who donated to the GoFundMe and contributed to me having that experience for me to report to y'all. So, however, I felt about Bravo Fan Fest. Just letting y'all know that I am very grateful for y'all sending me there because look, I feel the love, I feel the support. Y'all saw that I showed up and I showed out. Like again, like I try to give y'all's money's worth, and I feel like I did that. I feel like I did that. Just to be fair. Whew. So yeah, I got back yesterday and look, I was trying to do a review tomorrow, y'all, but I did pop roast, and after that, I was a little done. I really was. um, Before I get into it, though, this is how my reviews is going to be this week. So I'm going to try to do Salt Lake City first, since I'm 2 episodes behind. I already started taking notes for that. I know that Potomac was last night, as well as the new season of Married to Medicine. And then look, tomorrow is Beverly Hills. Thank God I don't have to worry about New York. Thank God. So then I feel like by Thursday, I should be Gucci. So yeah, the reviews is coming. I just believe that Salt Lake City is going to be first. It just makes sense because I don't want to be 3 episodes behind when they debut on Wednesday. Whew. So yes, hello everybody. I see that y'all in the chat. Look, I go to work right after this, and I felt like this is the easiest video for me to do. I'm probably going to be on here until 1:30 at the latest. Thank you, Terrence. I appreciate that. Hi, Chris. You were doing your thing in Miami. Great job. Yeah, so also, unfortunately, I'm not going to have any pictures or video to share on this review. But if you follow me on Instagram, that's where you're going to see everything. It is CDiggy1. Again, I am CDiggy1 on all platforms. CDIGGI1. Follow me on Instagram to see all the photos, the videos, and the questions that I got to ask. So I got there Friday. That was the day for Watch What Happens Live. It was like peaches and snowflakes. So I stayed at the YVE Miami Hotel. It's downtown. I wanted to stay in the downtown or Wynwood area because I believe Ice Palace Studios was right in between. So it was like a 15-minute cab ride to the venue. Let me just say that this Miami trip was so great. Excuse me. I'm drinking a cherry Coke right now. I'm belchy. This Miami trip was so great because I feel like I didn't do like the normal South Beach shit like that because I feel like South Beach is for the tourists. Like I went all around downtown. I had some great food. I went to some great bars too. Y'all know I love a good cocktail bar, and there's this place called Tipsy Flamingo. They had this drink with grapefruit, and I was like, you know what? I'm coming back to Miami just for this place. And also, I got a little thing done on my face. If you haven't seen it already, it was a spontaneous decision, y'all. I think it looks cute, like I just wanted something different. And who knows? I might get the little hoop. I don't know yet, but it's healing right now. But yeah. Anyway, so I get there for the first event. It is Watch What Happens Live. It was at 6 p.m. I get there about, excuse me, I get there 5 minutes before the taping starts. I get my seat. My seat is like, this is the main stage. I'm like diagonal in the corner. I'm row in. So just, row A is in the front, row in. It was a great view of the stage. Now, I believe it was 6 housewives there. During the taping, they said that you can't really use your phone. People was using their phones anyway. Andy was there, and I gotta say, I love Andy, even though I give him a lot of shit, But I want to know, is something going on in the vocal cord region? Just recently, he just been coughing a lot of like, he be sounding hoarse. Like, I hope it ain't nothing serious that's going on with him because it's sometimes it's just a little distracting, like with his throat issues or like how hoarse he's been lately. I'm not sure if he's a smoker or whatever, so I don't want to make fun of it if there's something going on. But am I the only one that noticed that? So yeah, he thanked us for coming. A lot of people were excited. I think I was one of three Black men in there, which is fine. You know, I stand out, you know, wherever I go since I'm 6'7". But yeah, he introduced the snowflakes, which were Meredith, Lisa, and Heather. Y'all, those white people love Salt Lake City. Don't let it fool you. Don't let the ratings fool you. Salt Lake City was the belles of the ball at Bravo Fan Fest, especially Lisa, but we will get to that. And then for the Peaches, it was Portia, Phaedra, and Cynthia. So it was a basic Watch What Happens live show. They did these games. I'm trying to think of any shade to let me see. I wrote some notes down. So what had happened was like some tea that stood out was a little shade Kenya's way. It just depended on how you took it. Like, because it was a question about like who's the messiest or the pot stirrer or something like that. And then Portia was like, well, that person's not on the show anymore. So you know, people were laughing. There was no audience. What was there audience questions? I don't think there was time. Oh yeah, there was audience questions, but I feel like nobody asked any juicy questions. And look, y'all, I wanted to be, you know, to ask a question, but I was on this side and the mic was on the opposite end of the stage. So I couldn't get there fast enough. There was already like 20 people in line to ask a question. What else? What I thought was interesting was, this is going to premiere Wednesday after Salt Lake City's newest episode, and he gave us a hint of what the episode is going to be about. And the main thing is Mary's son. Something's about to go down, y'all, that's really serious. I think it's heartbreaking, and I think they're finally going to address the drug issue, the drug elephant in the room. So yeah, because it was a serious tone in the beginning of Watch What Happens Live. So just be prepared for that. I don't think you're going to see me in the audience, but y'all already saw me on Bravo. So that's fine. But what I thought was interesting was the ladies was asked, who would they sooner be friends with? Who would they welcome back? And they said out of Monica and Jen Shaw. And all three of them said Jen Shaw. And it's just a little bit of a side eye to me because, you know, Monica was a fraud and a phony and a fake and a little annoying. But to compare her to Jen Shaw, like what she did wasn't a crime. Like what Jen did, that's a character. Like, for that would make me look at you funny. Like you stealing from, like, not even the less fortunate. You stealing from people that, look, I can't even get the word. What's the word I'm looking for? You're stealing from like the elderly, which is like the disadvantage, I would say. I didn't want to say like the but yeah. Did anyone else think that's like kind of strange? It is, I don't know. Like, I don't think what Monica did was that bad, but I just think it's fresh because Jen used to like terrorize those ladies. Toronto guy. The vulnerable. Thank you so much, Marie. Look, this is a live show, and sometimes I do blanks. I blank out sometimes. I do. Thank you, Toronto guy. I kind of get it. They were actually friends with Jen. They don't know Monica. Still, man, I'm trying to think if my friends did something that was like that kind of grimy. I don't know. Let me just pose a question to the audience and as well as the people who are watching later. Let me know in the chat if it was like, just think of it as your best friend. was doing something that was like foul like that, would you forgive them? Would you forgive them? I'm thinking since it's not the R word or the M word, like or murder, the other M word, like are they can you forgive them? That's what I was thinking. Like, could I forgive my best friend for doing like a Ponzi scheme on the elderly? And I'm trying to like relate it to me because Jen Shaw is so easy to hate. Like that woman is wicked. But I'm just trying to think if it was one of my best friends, would I? And I don't know. I'm gonna give y'all an honest answer. I don't know. Jen turned season 2 into a cops episode. To the Salt Lake City OGs, it doesn't matter what Jen Shaw did because she didn't do it to them. That's what it is. I think that's what it is. Monica, on the other hand, came for them. That's why I think they're choosing Jen. Yeah, stealing from the vulnerable is disgusting. I agree. I think Monica was an unexpected fan favorite, so they want to keep their spotlight. I do think maybe some of the ladies like that weren't there might have a different opinion. But I feel like since Heather was immediately affected, as well as Lisa especially, like I guess they just have like a hatred for them. So anywho, we get to Atlanta. I mean, it was fun seeing Portia and Phaedra. They're running freaking frack into the ground, y'all. As far as the show as a whole, it was just and this is how much the tickets were. So the Watch What Happens Live ticket was, I believe, like $140-ish, and then those taxes and then the processing fees. I think somebody needs to get on that. But anywho, altogether, it was $200. And I'm thinking, like, for $200, because I'm looking at it from, was it worth it for the average consumer who paid for it? And I'm gonna be honest, the episode, like the whole thing lasted 48 minutes. Now, they could have did something extra since they were charging it like it was a concert or something, but I've been to Watch What Happens Live tapings for free, like been in the audience twice. And, it's a good experience. I think we get one free cocktail in the lounge and stuff like that. We didn't even get that for that $200. So I don't know. I think they could have did a little bit more for that price range. I don't think it was worth it. I mean, it was fun. It was fun, it was nice to be involved. And maybe the people who never went to Watch What Happens Live taping, like, don't have that experience of going to it for free in New York. So maybe they just thought, hey, this was worth it for 48 minutes. But I'm just thinking, 48 minutes? Like, I thought, look, I had my dinner reservation set at 8:45. Like, I got there at 6. We were done, like, by 7, I want to say, like 7:10 after some lingering. Like, yeah, like they could have gave us 2 free drinks or something, like something to go along with that. To be honest, I don't know if I could, but it depends on the friend. Like I'm saying, if it was your best friend who did what Jen Shaw did, could you forgive them? And then that's why I'm trying to think, should I be so hard on the ladies for choosing Monica not to come back over Jen Shaw? Yeah, I can see this more so. Like, I can forgive, but definitely the friendship, like, because birds of a feather, they flock together. Right. I don't want to be associated with somebody who do stuff like that. Maybe behind the scenes and stuff like, yeah, I forgive you, but it ain't going to be the same. Remembering they had a much longer relationship with Jen and her family, everyone seemed to really love coaching her son. So yeah, I don't want to call it a ripoff, y'all. Oh, shout out, we have 100 people in the chat. Thank you. And also, I saw a bump in my subscribers. I think I jumped up 25 people. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 16K, the next level. But yeah, I don't want to say it was a ripoff. I just think they could have charged a little bit less. Like, $150 altogether would have been worth it, but $200 for 48 minutes? On a scale of 1 to 10, I probably would give the whole event a 7. When it was over, they had a Wendy's food truck outside. And then the Watch What Happens live taping, it took place on the same stage where they had like the main Bravo Fan Fest. So yeah, we got outside, and Wendy's, I guess, sponsors Bravo now. Like, thanks to Lisa Barlow, because Lisa Barlow, like, somebody asked her Wendy's order. What a waste of a fucking question. Seriously. Like, she's getting paid for Wendy's already. I want to know the real shit. That's why, we need, like, I could have asked about 4 or 5 questions up on that stage to Andy, but I had to choose. But I will get to that. Anywho, I sure did get me a free chicken sandwich from Wendy's, and it was good. It was a good chicken sandwich, and I appreciated it. It was fresh and hot. So yeah, I'm not getting paid by Wendy's, but I will say that the chicken sandwich was banging. It was. I also met a fan. Oh, I forgot her name. I feel so bad. But she only bought tickets to the Watch What Happens live taping. And I was like, why don't you go to the Bravo Fan Fest? I know it's really expensive, but I see them on StubHub. And y'all, like, they were for, like, the day of the event, they were listed for $100, $75. Fast forward to the next day, I saw her and she said, "Oh, Chris, you was right. Thank you for suggesting that. Like, I chose a ticket. It was $75 and plus taxes and fees. It was like, I think 120, 130 or something like that." I'm just like, that is a steal. And I guess they marked it that way because the event didn't sell out, y'all. Like, VIP sold out allegedly, but the event didn't sell out. So if somebody was in Miami that morning and was like, I want to go to Bravo Fan Fest, like, you could have went for like, what, 80% less than what they were selling it for? So yeah, RL, I would say definitely that would be the main factor, the main negative factor of the trip. Like, they overpriced the event. Absolutely, definitely. Also, if you have a question about my experience or something I didn't cover, ask me while I'm here. I got 30 more minutes. My question would have been, when are you going to feed your children an actual vegetable? Now, see, I can't be that disrespectful. Now, I probably would have asked Lisa, what do you think of production editing out certain fights between people to maintain their image? What do you think about that? Do you think it's fair? Now, that would have been, look, with Andy right there present, that would have been a gag question. So yeah, that's what I would have asked. And what I love about them, like, letting us ask questions, I didn't have to talk to a producer. I didn't have to they didn't have to vet my question. I said whatever the hell that I wanted to say. Just saying. Yeah, you saw my clip today. Oh yeah, with Toya. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, lunchtime live stream. I've got super cold tuna, a side Caesar salad, pepper crack. I'm glad I can join you for this. I'm going to be here till 1:30, y'all, because I got to go to work at 2. Oh, gosh. I think after that, I think I'm off the entire week. So I'm definitely going to get on top of these videos. Okay, so afterward, I went to dinner with my friend who came with me. Yeah, went out that night, had some fun, and then it's the next morning. I get there at 9:15. So the line was not long at all. It was real chill, what I love. It wasn't crazy outside. And then the event opened doors on time. At 9:30, the line started moving. I was like, okay, this is very different from BravoCon. So yeah, I would say this was a mini BravoCon, and it was so organized, y'all. That's what I really have to give them their 10s on. compared to BravoCon, but I guess it's easy since it's like half the people that's, attending the event. So then, when I get in, I'm just going around. Nothing really started until 10 o'clock. So I'm walking around. There's a lot of photo ops. And then there's the photo op backdrop where you can meet a Bravo celebrity. They had, like, I already knew who I wanted to meet already. So I was just like, okay, I want to meet Gertie and Kiki. That's at 10:30. I know where I got to be. And then, so there were two stages. There was the one main stage. I forgot the name of it, but it was the main stage. I think it was the BFF stage or something like that. And then there was the doorbell stage where it's like, when you watch What Happens Live, Andy rings the doorbell and you'll know who it is. So that was a constant thing throughout the day. So I really think they spaced everything out to whereas like, oh, well, I want to see Gertie and Kiki. I can sacrifice 15 minutes or whatever's going on in the BFF stage to go like get my little photo op. Because I was a little nervous that I wasn't going to take pictures with anybody since I did have general admission. And I will say, if you got VIP, I think you probably paid too much because I'm like, the only thing that came with it was like a sweatshirt. I'm not sure if you got a free cocktail or not. I think you had to upgrade your VIP ticket or whatever. I don't think it was worth it, y'all, if you got a VIP ticket at all. Overpriced. And then, those drinks was $25. The $6 bag of chips returned. I was hungry, y'all. So hungry. They had the Wendy's truck outside, but I missed the window for the chicken sandwiches. I think they ran out. They had those frozen, what is it? The frozen shakes or frozen ice cream shit. I don't eat that. I'm lactose intolerant. The only thing I'll probably eat is cheese, and I'll sacrifice, my stomach for cheese. I'm not giving up cheese. Anywho, so there's the two stages. The doorbell stage rang, and it was the Real Housewives of Miami, the full cast. Andy came out on the doorbell stage too. It's really small, like a really small mini stage where people can just gather around and see people. The cast was talking about the upcoming season. We got introduced to the new wife or whatever. Andy was still hoarse or whatever. No, it was not the big bag of chips. It was like, not the little mini bags that I was talking about in the video. It was like the little medium size, the small medium bags. And I was like, absolutely the fuck not. No, ma'am. A Frosty. Thank you. That's how much I go to Wendy's, y'all. Like usually my top three is Chick-fil-A, Popeyes. If there's a Pizza Hut, I'll go. Raising Cane's. Those are my fast food places. I like chicken. Was Andy's upper lip sweaty? No, I don't think it was. And, I didn't see any white residue under his nose either because I was that close. But yeah, like they were on stage, on the doorbell stage for a bit. And I was like, okay, I have time since, Kiki and Gertie are on stage right now. I forgot who was on the first stage. I didn't go to that. But I stood in line for Kiki and Gertie. So yeah, I'm in line, took a picture. It's on my Instagram if you want to see it. It's cdiggy1. You can pull it up while I'm talking to you right now if you're on Instagram. So I went up to them and so lovely, so nice. I was like, melanated goddesses. Y'all look so pretty, so beautiful. Like they were so gracious. I told them I'm a content creator. I review your show. I can't wait for it to come back. Even before I got into the line, I believe Gertie started crying already. Not when she saw me, but it was this girl that came up to them, like she was like 3 places before me. And I'm guessing she's a cancer survivor or she knew someone that was a cancer survivor because whatever she told Gertie was just like starting to cry. I was just like, damn, that's like the second person in line. But yeah, when I met them, took our photo. I thought we looked great. Here's the problem, y'all. Like, I don't think I'm photogenic Or else, like, there's just not that many people that capture a tall guy like me because I'd be looking awkward sometimes because, this is somebody's vantage point to me, like being up here. So, usually that's why I do mostly selfies because it's just so hard for people to capture me. And I mean that. I'm not saying it on some like fake humble shit. It's just like I feel like I'm not photogenic sometimes. But yeah, afterward, like I just told Gertie, like it was nice meeting you. I mean, I gave Kiki her flowers too, but I just wanted to tell Gertie that you were an inspiration and you are powerful. Thank you for sharing your story. And then yeah, that was my interaction with them. I thought, even then right there, I was just like, okay, starting off good. So then what was next? I think I have my notes here. So I wanted to make sure I was there for the Ask Andy segment. That came up around 11 o'clock during the day. P.S. I was there from 9:15 to 3:30. So then I'm just, going around, just seeing all the different like photo ops and stuff like that that's available because it wasn't that big in there. But yeah, so I made sure to get me an in seat by the corner of the stage. And by the way, I think they got to fix this because they have 3 sections in the venue where they have the stage. On the 2 outside levels, that is where GA is, general admission. They need to treat the GA people a little bit more kinder because not everybody got $800 to spend. For real. So then in the middle section is VIP, like the entire middle. So general admission is like on the sides. And I just didn't think that was fair. So then I made sure I was in the corner, saw the mic in front of me. I think I was third or fourth in line. Yeah, I was fourth in line. And here's what my original question was going to be. It was going to be, what is your feedback, from the negative? Well, what is your like opinion on the negative feedback that Roni has been receiving, from the cast being producing themselves? Do you think there needs to be a change to the cast or the show? But I already saw him talk about that in his Deadline interview. So I was just like, let me think of a backup question. So then that's where the Kenya question came from because, Real Housewives is coming up and it wasn't really confirmed if they were using Kenya's footage. And I'm not sure why Andy couldn't hear me because I spoke into the mic. Some people said they thought I said Kenya's foot. Will Kenya's foot be in the beginning of the season? Clearly, I didn't say that, but I think some people were like, oh, maybe he had production in his ear, trying to like make sure he answers the question, correctly. And I was ready for him to just say, I can't say or whatever. You're going to just have to find out. But he gave an answer. And I'm so glad that, I asked a question that went kind of sort of viral, kind of sort of. I didn't mean to trip Andy up. Like that was an honest question. I was just asking the question that the people want to know. Do you get nervous before you have to ask a question into the mic? I'm a little bit anxious. Old Chris definitely would have been nervous. Sometimes I'll probably blank out, but I just think in my head that I am a Bravo fan. I'm trying to make, get a moment, like people sent me here literally. I'm going to show up and show out. Ain't no time to be shy right now. Like, even though I am, a little reserved, I was just like, this isn't the time. You got to make your moment. So, yeah, he answered my question and he gave a little bit more tea about the season. I feel like I asked a good question. So then the rest of the show, I mean, it was cool. A little bit later, and shout out to Brian Patterson. He's like a fan of my channel and Pop Roast. I think he got to participate in I think they brought the fans on stage to do trivia battle with the actual Bravo celebrities. So shout out to him. Like, I love seeing people that are a fan of my channel. Make It Make Sense was there. Shout out to Mims. We had lunch afterward. He came in like, I just want to see what this was like. Look, Mims got it like that. Like, hey, he got over 100,000 subscribers. I'm trying to get like him. Like, he paid for VIP like it was nothing. I'm just like, yeah, I want to get to that level where I could just show up and stunt. I mean, shout out to him, though. We stood in line for Portia and Cynthia. And yeah, I got to meet Portia and Cynthia again. I showed them the pictures we took 5 years ago at the first BravoCon when she was in the wheelchair with Kenya next to her. And then for some reason, Cynthia, she always speaks. She's like, hey, like we know each other. I'm just like, I wave. And I think she kind of sort of remembers me a little bit. But it was good seeing them. Ooh, I got 10 minutes left, y'all. I hope I'm like talking about the experience, like giving y'all everything I can, just recounting it. Heather and Lisa, like they had a photo op. I wanted to take a picture with them, but those are where the white people really came to see. And like I said earlier, he like the belles of the ball. Like the top two housewives there was Lisa definitely and Portia. And then Phaedra to a little extent. But yeah, all the Salt Lake City girls, they were rock stars. Kyle Richards was there, but I didn't get to see her. Like I saw her from afar. And I already met Kyle. Like if there was somebody else from Beverly Hills, like, look, I would have took a picture with Dorit. Even though I have a picture of Dorit, I just wasn't a fan of her back then in 2019. But Dorit now, I definitely would have got a picture. If Sutton was there, I probably would have wanted to meet her again. Garcelle, I already met her twice, but yeah, I always just want to speak to Garcelle. So yeah, I feel like they could have had more Beverly Hills girls there representing. I know the Married to Medicines girls had like a photo op, but I already met Simone and Toya already. Like I was hoping to be somebody different representing. And yeah, basically this was a mini BravoCon where they offered like maybe 2 or 3 people from their respective casts. Can we get a Kyle, Chris? Kyle. Mims, the guy we ship you with. I don't know what that means. Like Mims just so happened to be there. Like he called me that morning and was like, oh, you're going? And he went to Watch What Happens Live. He went to the same night, but he went to a later taping. Did anyone at Bravo Fest ask about Roni or were they silenced? From what I remember, I think they were all polite about Roni because Aaron and Uba were there. Let me see. I wonder what new Bravo feuds might have been sparked at this year's event. Probably, what Portia said about Drew being a liar. What else? I mean, Phaedra was lovely. I already met her, so I really wasn't like pressed to meet her again. I did see her as I was leaving because we went out the talent exit. She was in her those little carts doing her makeup, and we said hello, me and Mims. Excuse me. So then I feel like Mims is ready to go by like a little earlier, but we stayed to look at Portia and Phaedra being interviewed. And I was just like, you know what? I want to get a picture with Wendy, even though like I already met Mia at the panel before that. So then there was a panel about what was it? It was like say it how you mean it or some shit like that. Like it was something. But what was it? It was Portia, Lisa, Toya, Mia, and Kiki on the panel. And they were just being asked questions. They were interviewed by this Rachel girl. I forgot where we know her from. Was it Summer House or The Bachelor? I can't remember. But she was giving a good interview. I made sure to ask a question because I was second in line. And then I asked Toya that question. I kind of got nervous because I actually wanted to ask her what was the best thing that Phaedra brought to the cast and the worst thing. But I kind of choked a little bit because like I didn't want to be like on the mic. So I asked Toya, what was your best experience and worst experience with Phaedra? And she still gave me a good shady answer like I wanted. Now, I wanted to hurry up and ask Portia a question. I should have just did it anyway. But the producer was like, one question only. And I'm like, fine. But I wanted to ask Portia, since, I reviewed her spinoff show and, she's cool with Dennis now. I was like, are you cool with her mom? I mean, are you cool with his mom now? That's all I wanted to ask. It was a quick yes or no question. But yeah, damn, I wanted to ask her that. But yeah, fast forward, I ran into memes afterward. We were chilling, talking, walking around the event, and I told him I wanted to see Wendy. So we get to Wendy and Mia's photo op line. It was not long, y'all. And I think that if they could have chose like two people from Potomac, I don't think it would have been Mia and Wendy for me, especially because they were feuding before. Like I told them when I walked up to them, I'm like, shout out to the growth, really, between y'all. So, I was just like, I love y'all, how the show is turned around. I wasn't too shady. I told that to Mia first after her panel, and I gave her a high five. But fast forward to when I went to the photo op. I got my picture with them. Wendy was a little cold, but she was given, I'm here for a check. That was the type of energy Wendy was given. And then while Mia was was on the panel, I was like, is that Ink? Like Ink cut off all his hair. He has like a short haircut now, like me. He about like 5'7", 5'8", y'all. And he was such a gentleman. He was holding Mia's purse while she was there. I was like, okay, that's a gentleman move. And also, I saw Happy Eddie too during the photo op. I was right next to him. I wanted to say, you looking good, sir, but I didn't want to get punched in the face. Now, what was really funny was, while Wendy was doing the photo ops, there was these two white women that rushed Eddie, was just like, Eddie! Wendy's face, I wish I would have caught it on camera, y'all. Her face, like, darted. Her eyes darted to Eddie immediately. It was so funny. But yeah, I wanted to tell, like, Wendy, like, your husband, fine. Let me just say that. Just good for you. But I don't know. Maybe I should have told her that just to get a laugh out of her, because she was just like, hey, nice to meet you. Like, she was just really cold, just giving, I'm here for a check. And it's fine. I wonder, did they get paid or whatever? But yeah, afterward, there was like a panel that I really wasn't like interested in seeing. And y'all, by that time, I was there for 6.5 hours. I was tired. I felt like I got everything I needed. Unfortunately, I couldn't get as many photo ops with the other wives because look, those white women, they wanted to meet Lisa Barlow. I already have a photo with Lisa Barlow. She was cool. I didn't want to like, inflate her ego any more of it. What else? Oh, something else I remember from the Ask Andy segment. Someone asked him, with all that was going on with Teddy, would you want her back on Beverly Hills? Now, me, as well as some people in the audience, were like, no, do not bring her back. And then everyone was laughing, and Andy was just like, I don't know why there's this negative connotation with Teddy. And I wanted to be like, well, for one thing, Teddy is a minion. The way she backstabbed Lisa Vanderpump, how she was Kyle's lapdog, how she was a part of the Fox Force 5 running off 3 women on the show, LVP, Denise Richards, and Camille. She was always a gnat, always annoying. She's always second fiddle. And yeah, she's just an annoying person. And she's a hypocrite now, Miss Accountability Coach. Accountability, right. Mm-hmm. Now, y'all, I see y'all commenting, but it looks like, this video is going on a little bit longer. So I just want to make sure I say my experience and just have your questions in the chat and I'll just come back to it after I get off work. But yeah, overall, because I feel like, not that Lisa have her MAGA hat on. The only red hat that Lisa would have on is her Wendy's cap because Wendy's is paying her a cute coin. Every other word out her damn mouth was Wendy's or Frosty or Nuggets. I was like, damn. Nobody want that Nat back. Look, I feel bad for her, for real. Kind of, sort of, maybe. But yeah, overall, I would say the event was a solid B because it went so smoothly and it was so organized. And I feel like, I got what I came for. I got the content. And also, yeah, they premiered like the mid-season trailer there, but it immediately went online afterward. A clip from the New Housewives of Atlanta season. The reason why I would deduct points was probably the food. Like there was no food. They still got to get that food situation worked out. If y'all are watching Bravo, please get food trucks that people want. Like DragCon, like they had food trucks, like 6 or 7 different food trucks outside for people to choose from. Don't be giving us no damn deli sandwiches for $18, $20 and a bag of chips for $6. And then the drinks. They're charging $25 for pre-made drinks. I think the fuck not. And then I would say, I feel like because it's kind of like a mini BravoCon, it should be a little bit cheaper, like the price. Like I would say the price was not worth the event. Even though, like, I appreciate being sent here, but this was my job, what to do to y'all to see if it was worth it or not. And I feel like if I paid like over $500 because I think it was five, like I think it was almost 6. Like I think it was like $5.50. I gotta look at my receipt. But for that much, the event should have been $350. And I think they would have sold out the event. I really do. Like $350 would have been fair. And then $100 for Watch What Happens Live would have been fair. But that was the only qualms I had with it, really. Because otherwise, it was a very, very like organized event. Y'all know I love organization. Things started on time. The photo ops, if you got there, it was first come, first serve. You can't get mad. Like, that these white women love the Salt Lake City girls. I bet you just gotta be in line and miss a segment or something like that. So it was fair. Now, I think they put a little bit too much stock into Miami. Like Miami is a good show, but it's not given like the type of heat that Salt Lake City, like the whole cast of Salt Lake City should have been there. Someone else asked Andy about like why wasn't OC there, and he said that he just thought that like the OC girls deserve a break. Their season just ended, so yeah. That's why they weren't there. But I feel like every other franchise was represented in some way. But yeah, Bronwyn not being there was a big miss. But she doesn't get along with Heather and Lisa. So they probably wanted to have her with an ally. $500 for BravoCon is insane. Well, this was Bravo FanFest. And this was like half of everything that happened at BravoCon. So it should have been half the price. It should have been $250 at the max, including taxes and processing fees. That scam shit. It should have been $350. Oh, so you're saying it's NBC fault? I agree. But yeah, overall, I would give the event B- only because like of the price and the food situation. Otherwise, if you never ever been to like a BravoCon and you just really wanted to go, you really want to treat yourself, it ain't tricking if you got it, go for next time. But yeah, I probably would have felt a little bit, like felt a little kind of way if I paid that much and, food wasn't provided. Like, Wendy's, yeah, but I can't get a bottle of water or something without paying like $12 for it or something like that. So yeah, B minus. I feel like that's a fair analysis. Now, Bravo, if y'all are watching, like for the BravoCon coming up, because they said it will be November 14th to 16th through the 16th in Vegas again, because I think they should have it in Vegas because the weather's going to be right, and Vegas is like Disneyland. And it was easier to have it in Vegas compared to New York. So I agree with that. But Bravo, if y'all are watching, can y'all please like just give a ninja a press pass so I can just do everything? So I won't have to worry, my subscribers for getting me in the door. Please, Bravo. But yeah, so unfortunately, y'all, I have to cut the video here. If you have any more questions about like my experience, I will be happy to answer the questions. Again, I want to thank my subscribers for bringing me to Miami Bravo Fan Fest. I really appreciate it. Y'all showed up and showed out, so I was able to do the same thing for y'all. Like, I do not take it for granted. I do not take y'all for granted. Okay? I don't take y'all for granted. I love y'all for sending me there. I appreciate it so much for those little mini 2 days. I did as much in those 2 days as I could. So yeah, with that, y'all, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, my videos for, the reviews coming up this week, I'm going to get it out as soon as possible. But yeah, y'all have a good, happy Monday. And yeah, I will see y'all soon. Bye.